Welcome, everyone, to the latest edition of the Sight Screen Cricket Journal podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Tawhid Qureshi, and today I've got a fantastic guest. We're going to be talking all about Bangladesh women's cricket, and to join us, we have none other than the Bangladesh women's captain. She's joining us all the way from New Zealand, where the team are competing in the currently held Women's World Cup. She is Nigar Sultana Joy. Welcome, Joty.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're really busy. You're obviously right in the middle of the World Cup campaign. You've got a big game against India again as well, rather, tomorrow. So, yeah, we can talk about, how the World Cup's going, your experiences in the competition, in the tournament, as well as, looking at Bangladesh women's cricket in a bit more detail in terms of how the game is developing in Bangladesh. So, yeah, let's talk about all of that. I know you're really busy, so let's go straight into it. I wanted to kind of start off by just talking about your background into cricket, how you got into the game. So yeah, how did you get interested in the game of cricket in the first place?
So I started playing cricket when I was two, actually, because I grew up in a cricketing family. They love cricket. They love to watch cricket actually, and they are very supportive about cricket. So growing up on that kind of like situation, that kind of condition. So uh, when the other girls choose the other toys, they plays with the toys. I was playing with the bat and ball. So that's how it started actually. And then I started playing professionally cricket in 2011. So then I started playing cricket for the like domestic, and after that 2 or 3 years I played in the domestic league, and I got a lot of runs, and I called from the national camp. So that's how I started actually. And I debut in 2015 against Pakistan. So I played 40-20 World Cup and the first ever ODI World Cup here.
So yeah, that's a great story. I mean, just going back to your childhood, did you play with your sort of cousins or brothers or sisters at that time?
Yeah, actually, my elder brother playing cricket on that time. He was very much like keen of playing cricket. So that time I was watching him and said maybe I could play cricket. So and actually I'm living his dream right now, because he always wanted to be a cricketer, but somehow my family was not supporting him that time, because uh, profession as cricket you took profession and that time it was like, oh my god, it was not realistic, because my family was thinking about him like he should be a doctor or engineer or something else, or cricketer. It is very disappointing for the family. So that's why he was not getting that kind of support to from the family. But then after that, when my brother always like inspiring me, no, you could play for the Bangladesh one day. And my cousins also, because they said you have the potential, you are capable of playing the for the national side, so you could be a great player. So that's how actually it started. And actually every time my elder brother inspired me. Just because of him, I think I came into the cricket.
Well, I'm sure you've made your older brother very proud with all your achievements. There's no doubt about that. You were talking about how your family didn't, you know, weren't fully supportive of your older brother's cricket career. Have they been, very supportive? Have they encouraged you in your cricket career?
Yeah, actually, it is because of the whole family sacrificed a lot of things for me. Because, I lived in a very small town, and in that town, it is very difficult for a girl to choose cricket. And because, outside of the people, they are saying a lot of negative things, that a girl can't play cricket because this is not the right profession for a girl. And There are a lot of people that said, what is going to be my future, what I am going to do with cricket, or is something happened to me, so what is going on. So there are a lot of negative stuff. uh, they all told me every time, but my family always supported me, because of they somehow they knew it, that I love cricket, I'm very much passionate about it. And my mother, actually the person, is always behind me, because my father was too busy about the other work, because that time he was the only earning member of my family. So my brother and my mother, actually. And my mother used to go to the stadium, and take me to the stadium for the practice, just because of that people, if the people saying any negative thing to me, it's not affected me. That's why she was sitting in the stadium every time, on the gallery, and watching me, that how am I going to do, or everything, anything is I need, actually. So, and I think for my mother, actually, for my mother and my for whole family supported me through my journey, just because of I'm here today.
I mean, yeah, that the sacrifices that your family have made, it's great to see that those sacrifices have totally been worth it through
Even
your
my family
cricket career.
faced a lot of negative things. Uh, in the first time, they, even though my relatives are not allowing me to play cricket, they said this is not the right thing, or this is not the right decision for my life, because I was a very good student. They thought about me like I could be a doctor. So the relatives think about like, cricket is not the right profession for me. So after that, like, when I got chance into the national side, when I first played in the like international match, then they realized, no, how big it is actually to represent the country
Mm.
to the whole world. It was really big, actually. So that now they are very happy and they are very proud of me, even though, like, the outside of the people who always told me the negative things, that they also proud of me, and they said, no, like, Jyoti is our daughter, she's our like hometown girl, and blah blah blah. So it feels, sometimes it feels like, oh no, something I did, actually.
Absolutely, and it must be great to see how you're changing people's minds, not only within your family, but within sort of wider society, within the wider community, and that's a fantastic achievement that you have created there. So, just looking at women's cricket more generally in Bangladesh, how popular would you say the game is in Bangladesh for women?
Nowadays, it actually changed after the 2018 Asia Cup. We won against India. That match was televised, and there are a lot of people who watched that match, and we won that match, and it was the like biggest achievement of Bangladesh cricket. So it changes the outlook of women cricket in Bangladesh. Now the people are more showing more interest to us, and they wanted to know how actually we playing. And still that we were playing our first ever World Cup, all the matches are televised, the live, they're showing like interest. And even though it is televised on so early in the morning, 4 o'clock, so but still the people get up so early in the morning and watching our matches. So it means they are showing interest, and and women cricket actually growing better day by day. And sometimes it feels like the fan base increasing day by day. So it is sometimes feel it is a good pressure to do well, actually, for the country, and for those people who always supporting us behind.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was in Bangladesh in November last year, actually to watch the Pakistan series, Bangladesh Pakistan. But I was in Dhaka. I went to the BKSP to watch some first class cricket. There was uh, two games going on, men's games. Select Division were playing, and a couple of other teams as well. But interestingly, when I went to the BKSP, there were at least two games of women's cricket going on, like age group girls cricket. So that was very encouraging to see.
Yeah, actually, it is because Now we have under 17 team, under 19 team, even though we have an emerging side. So there are a lot of young cricketer actually coming up, and they wanted to be cricketer, they wanted to represent the country, and like they are showing more interest to the cricket. So it is happening, even though now board cricket, Bangladesh cricket board showing more like interest to women cricket, because they already know that there are a lot of area that we wanted to improve on, and there are a lot of area that we can achieve for the country.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, well, we'll talk about the support from the Bangladesh Cricket Board around women's cricket a little bit later, I guess. But let's talk about the World Cup experience so far. So you've obviously been in New Zealand now, probably for a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks even.
No, I guess we came here in 4th of February.
Right. So
So
yeah,
one and a
six
half
weeks.
most.
Yeah. It's been a while, and that's one thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Actually, obviously you've been in lots of bio bubbles. You were, you toured Zimbabwe sort of at the end of last year. Then you toured Malaysia for the Commonwealth Game qualifiers, and now you're in New Zealand. Obviously, you've had to be in lots of different bio bubbles over the last sort of 4 or 5 months. How easy or how difficult is it to be in those bio bubbles?
It is very difficult for us, because for a person or for a player, for a person, I have to say, about for a person it is very difficult to stay in the room every time. You can look outside of a window, but you can't go there, because and for a person, if you go into a new place or new country, you wanted to explore or you want to be look around. So but you can't, somehow you can't, so it is very, very difficult. But nowadays I think in our team, we are trying to adapt actually, because after the qualifier in November, so that time we were in our first like quarantine, 14 days quarantine in a hotel, so it was very difficult for us. After that we went to Malaysia, so then that time 7 days was quite easy for us, because we already used to about it.
Mm.
And then after that we came into New Zealand, so we were in Bible in 10 days. So it getting day by day better and better, because we know now, we know all know now how to like useful those days actually. First 14 days was very difficult, but now we are feeling like no, we have to minimize all those times, and we have to be very conscious about those times, because this is very important time for all of us. If we think about like, oh, we have to be in the room, we can't go outside, or we can't do anything, so that I think for a person it feels like you don't feel good actually about anything, you don't feel good anything about it. So then we all are like sitting together and then said, even though our trainer gave us some schedule to maintain our fitnesses in the room, so the cycle was over there, and we do have some therabands and loop bands, so we worked on that. So it helps us to like when we get out from the room and get into the field, it helps us to like at least adapting with the outside. So I think it is getting day by day better and better.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how difficult it is. We had a lockdown in the UK. Well, we've probably had like 3 lockdowns in the UK from 2020 onwards. But even then, we could go outside and you could go for a walk. So yeah, it must be very difficult to stay inside and accept all of those restrictions. So looking at the World Cup experience in a bit more detail, you've obviously had to adjust to the very different conditions in New Zealand, the different kinds of pitches that you've been playing on, the different kinds of weather that you've experienced, some windy conditions. It's not always been that warm, I think. So yeah, tell me about how easy it's been to adjust to the different conditions.
Yeah, each and individual every person in our team actually never been to New Zealand before, but it was I think it was a great experience to be here. And New Zealand is a beautiful country for cricket. I think the wicket is excellent. I think the all the wickets are sporty, and even though we came here a bit earlier just to adapt with the wicket and the condition, because the thing is the weather is cold but it is windy actually, but in Bangladesh it is not. It's cold but not windy, so we faces some difficulties earlier, but now it is okay. We adjusted actually. And I think we played a lot of practice matches among us. Even though we played two practice matches in ICC schedule, still we are playing four matches. So I think we're adapting the situation and condition very well. And mm, uh, and now the condition or the weather actually not cost us very much. But in the second match against New Zealand, it was very cold in Dunedin. It was very tough for all of us. Uh, when we played against New Zealand, while we are batting for the first inning, it was not ready actually. So the cold was not too much. But when we went for the fielding, actually, that time the rain was too heavy and the wind was too heavy. So it was very very cold. So I think that day we faced a lot of problem on that day. But after that, all other venues we feel comfortable.
That's good to hear. And I know during that sort of, well, after that New Zealand game, you were sort of saying that you felt that the game shouldn't really have continued when you were fielding. I know you
Yeah.
were saying that the conditions just weren't good enough for cricket. It was too wet. So it's yeah, a credit that you finished the game. And actually I think, well, we'll talk about the New Zealand game and the West Indies game as well. But again, that was a game that you could have won potentially. But let's go back to talking about the team in general. So, as you were saying, the team has spent a lot of time together in sort of bio bubbles. You've been together for a long time, and one of the things that I think is quite clear when you watch the team playing, you're very close, you're very together as a team, and when you take wickets, the way you celebrated in that West Indies game after the fall of every wicket, it was quite clear that the team were very close together. Is that something that you can see amongst the team, that you have a very special closeness?
Obviously, because we are the team we played together for many years actually. And we wanted to live every moment because this is our first ever World Cup. So we are excited, and we wanted to be confident every time. And the girls are very excited played against West Indies, because that was our first ever ODI against them. And in this kind of situation, like in World Cup, when you get a wicket, it feels really happy. And as a leader, as a captain, I feel extra happy actually every time. And girls, actually, I always told my girls that live your moment fulfill fully, because this is our moment, nobody can take it away. So live it. And and the like, if I can tell about Nahida, Faima, they have something like, they wanted to celebrate their wicket in a different way. That actually their style, and I like their style, and sometimes I like to imitate their style. So
No, yeah. I mean, it was great to see. Certainly during that West Indies game, like I say, that first wicket that Jahanara took as well. Just the excitement from celebrating that wicket was fantastic to see. And like you say, I think it's really important that everyone is excited, is living the moment, living the dream with every game, and that's really clear to see from your performances. Um, so, just looking at your kind of captaincy and your role as captain, obviously you're quite a young captain. What would you say your style of captaincy is?
mm, I don't know, but people said a bit of calmness, sometimes very craziness, and sometimes like very aggressive. Because I don't know how my style actually is, but the three things I think in my captaincy, because I got three ex captain in my team, so I followed them every time. So I took three things from them actually.
Yeah, so it's quite clear that in your captaincy, you can see those kind of three elements that you were talking about, particularly in the West Indies game. I thought you were very aggressive with your field placings, even in those middle overs. There were still plenty of fielders within the circle, and you were really sort of keeping that pressure on. The spinners came on, and you were really strangling the West Indies batters.
Yeah, actually, I was trying to put more pressure on them because they already gave us a lot of wicket, and it was the like bowler show over there, and the spinner was doing very good. So I wanted to put more pressure on them. So that's why I put an extra sleep over there, and even though the closer fielder over there, so I'm trying to like get more wicket in a like on a quick time.
Well, yeah, I mean, the tactics certainly worked in that game against the West Indies. Um, but yeah, just looking back, I guess, at those two games against New Zealand and West Indies, was it a bit disappointing that the results? Did you feel that, those two games you could have won?
Actually, I don't want to talk about New Zealand game because it was different scenarios over there. But I
Sorry, I
have
mean, sorry, not New Zealand, South Africa. I got
South
that wrong. I meant the South Africa game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think against South Africa it was our match because it was too close, and I think bowlers have done wonderful on their first ever World Cup match, and because uh, put South Africa in a keep South Africa in a 207 runs. It is like very exciting, and it was extraordinary by the bowlers. And I think the lack of partnership in the both matches, like in West Indies and the South Africa, lack of building partnership actually cost us very much. The openers gave us a very good total starting up at the very good beginning, but still in the middle over actually we collapsed. The same things happened actually in the West Indies against West Indies, but maybe the openers fall down, but still like me and Pinky was there. So we should have completed the match. So it was our game actually. We are trying to be very defensive. I guess we couldn't build partnership. So it happened, because I don't think so this is an excuse, but still we played actually not too much international matches, so we couldn't maintain or control that situation. So but we learning actually, but still we learn a lot of things, like what we have done against South Africa or West Indies. We don't want to make that mistake again.
Yeah, I don't think it's an excuse at all. I think it's a very valid reason. The fact that, this is your first World Cup, these are your first World Cup games. I'm sure that you will learn from the experience in those two games, particularly against South Africa and West Indies. And, learning how to win a game is obviously a very important lesson. And I'm sure that it's something that you will take away from this World Cup.
Oh, obviously, when we played against Pakistan, it is feel like we known each other very much just because of we played against them many times. But when we played against like West Indies, this is the first ever we played against. So but still maybe we could have won that match if we could like calm our nerve and we could build the partnership. we could control that situation. Maybe I should have finished the match. So there are a lot of things coming on actually, but still we wanted to like forget about that match. We want to move on because we have three more games left, and we just wanted to. We don't want to make those mistakes again in the next matches. So this is the thing. If we will not do that mistakes again, maybe that mean we improving, and we learn from our mistakes. So this is actually this is very important for a team actually.
Absolutely, it's vitally important for a team to develop. Um, and so, yeah, let's concentrate on a positive. And you mentioned it there, which was the victory against Pakistan. Describe, the emotion of that victory. We saw some great footage on social media. All the team were in the bus, in the coach, going back to the hotel from the ground. Everyone was singing uh, Amra Korbo Joy, which is a fantastic song, and it was fantastic scenes. So yeah, talk to us about the celebrations and just how good that victory felt.
We were confident about against Pakistan, and we were trying to get our first ever World Cup win actually, because we played against them many times and we won against them in the qualifier. So we were very confident against them, and after like South Africa and New Zealand match, we got 6 days time for preparation, so it
Mm.
was very helpful to our team and we were trying to like uh, the prepared ourselves against Pakistan very well. So it happened, and so we wanted to bet first. However, I lost the toss, but still, what we wanted, we got, and we wanted to put up a good like score in the board. So we had actually, I think 15 or 20 run was short, but still we had a very good score on the board. So the maybe the bowlers are actually didn't started very well, but still I think I was planning about, I talked with my girls that we have to put the run rate going up and up. So however they if they are not going to give us any wicket, but we can go for the dot, just go for dot, it will increase the run rate, so they will put pressure on themselves. So we were just trying to do that, and the feeling was fantastic, I guess. But one or two was mistakes over there, but feeling was fantastic. And the spinner actually, I have to talk about Salma, Rumana, and Faima and Naida. Four spinners was brilliant on that time. Whenever I give them the ball, and they exactly do that same thing, that what I wanted from them actually. So it actually our game plan was executed over there very well. That's why we won that match. And after that, actually, that emotion actually was speechless. Each and individual was very much like what I'm going to say, was like shocked or very much excited. And because it feels like when you won against Pakistan, it feels different. I don't know why, but it feels different. uh, just because of against Pakistan, sometimes you feel different. I don't know why, but every time I played against Pakistan, it feels different because we got independence from them. So
Mm.
after 1971, so against Pakistan
Mm.
is feel like different. So it was like that actually.
Yeah.
And was I was very stressed out at that time because we I had to think a lot of think in the during match. I have to control the situation, and when the wicket fallen down on that time, I said to my girls, "No, this is not it. We have to take 10 wicket. Then we will win the match. So be patient, be calm, and do whatever you are doing." Actually.
Well, yeah, again, that sort of game plan certainly worked, and your tactics and your captaincy were fantastic during that victory. And yeah, I totally understand what you say about playing Pakistan, I think, is always a separate or a special rivalry, I guess. Even when the men's team play Pakistan,
Yeah,
I
that's the
think
same happen
yeah,
actually.
there's always that rivalry for sure. Um, Okay, so let's look to the future then. The future in terms of the next week or so. You've got three very tough games coming up, starting with India tomorrow. Then you play Australia and England in the very last group phase game. Um, what are and I think maybe qualifications for the semi final. I think it's still a possibility. You never know. You never know what might happen in
Yeah.
cricket. It's still a possibility. I mean, what realistically are you hoping to get out of those games?
Uh, for me, as a team, I think we are capable to beat any team, but maybe we have lack of experiences. uh, but still we want to like take match by match. Just we wanted to think about now tomorrow's game against India. We just wanted to give our best and we wanted to deliver our best to the next game actually. And because they are in under pressure, because they have to win against us, then they qualify for the semi final. But we don't have any pressure actually. We just we can take a lot of things from the next match, and we can gain a lot of things. If we win against them, it will be a great like great achievement for us. So I think there are a lot of opportunities coming on, and we wanted to take step by step. So we're just thinking about India right now, and I think if you could execute our game plan as a bowling unit and as a batting unit, if we clicked, actually bowlers have done very well through the tournament still now. So we just need to like bounce back as a batting unit. If you support the bowlers, I think maybe it could be happen na? Like we won against, like we will win against India. So it is happening. And
Yeah.
yeah, still we have chance to go to the semi-finals, but still looking forward to play match by match.
Yeah, and I think that's an excellent approach to take to the rest of the tournament. And you've beaten India before in a different format, but you've beaten them before, so hopefully you can carry that confidence into the game tomorrow. Um, Obviously, I follow English cricket very closely. I live in the UK, so I was just wondering in terms of the England team that you're going to be playing on Friday. Are there any particular players that you kind of think are particularly players to look out for on the England team? Their captain, obviously, Heather Knight, is a fantastic batter. And then, I think they're strong in all departments in terms of their bowling. Anya Shrubsole, Catherine Brunt. You look at their depth throughout the team, and they're obviously very strong.
Yeah, I think I don't want to go by the name actually. And that actually I believe in particular day. So the particular day is very important. On that day, that the team is going to do less mistakes maybe in that circle. So they will get the win actually. So, and obviously I have followed the England cricket team before, and I love to watch Natalie Siva, the
Mm.
best all-rounder. I really liked her bowling or batting, and I don't know why, but I liked her very much. And it is a kind of we never played against England. It is a kind of, oh my god, we're playing against England, but we are super excited. But we wanted to do something that maybe surprise them actually, because we are here for compete. We are not here for only participation. And the world cricket already knows about us, and they show actually they have seen that we can compete. Because just because of we have some lack of experiences, maybe we are not playing too many international matches, just because of maybe small mistake. That's why we couldn't win those matches. But we could have been if we could play against South Africa very well, if we could win that time, even against West Indies. So maybe now we are in the semi final. So it is happening actually, but there are a lot of learning areas, and there are I think there are a lot of improving areas we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think you've shown everyone, you've shown the whole world that you are competing, that you're not there just to participate, like you say. I think you've been competitive in all of the games you've played. So that's something that's clearly been demonstrated. I'm not going to keep you for very much longer because I know you probably want to get some sleep ahead of your big game tomorrow. But I just wanted to finish off by asking some sort of general, quick fire questions, I guess. So, which player in the team, who's the biggest joker in the team? Who plays the most jokes?
It's Ritumuni. She's
And
a kind of person. She's a very smiley person, and she's trying to be funny every time, and she's very jolly, friendly person.
great. And does she play any sort of practical jokes? Does she hide someone's training kit or does she
Yeah,
do anything like that?
it happened one thing today, and this is her nature actually. She's wearing something, as example, she's wearing something. If someone says, "Oh my God, Ritu, you look beautiful. This like dress is beautiful," he said, "Ah, this is not mine. This is yours. You can take it." It's happening.
Great.
I
Yeah,
bought
no,
it for you. I really bought it for you. This is yours. Please take it. I'm not going to wear that again. This is
brilliant. Yeah, no, it's great. I think, yeah, you need someone with that sort of character in the
yeah,
team to raise everyone's morale. And
and she's a fantastic bat singer.
really, fantastic bad singer.
Bat singer.
Right, right. Oh, okay. And another quick fire question. So, who is your favorite sort of female and male cricketer?
mm, Female cricketer. I guess Salma Khatun is my favorite female cricketer because I started playing cricket seeing her. She's my idol. And male cricketer,
And just female cricketer, not Bangladeshi. So,
not Bangladeshi. Then Australian wicketkeeper batter Elisa Healy.
great. Yeah, great, great
From
cricketer.
Bangladesh, Mushfiqur Rahim.
And again, another. Obviously, you admire the wicketkeeper batters,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, Mushfiqur Rahim. He's one of my all-time favourite cricketers as well. I think the fact that he's been playing for what 15, 17 years, and he's so consistent, so
And
dependable.
he is Mr. Dependable for the country.
Absolutely, certainly is. And last quick fire question. So, who is the toughest player opponent that you have played against? Maybe
Toughest.
like a bowler, the toughest bowler that you have faced.
I In last T20 World Cup, I think Australia was. I think the Australia was very toughest for us because we have a good bowling unit, but still they hitted our ball all over the ground. They're better, so
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Australia's very toughest.
absolutely. And I think Australia. I think are favourites to win the World Cup. But let's see what happens. There's still lots
Yeah,
of
the funny game. You can't say anything.
exactly, exactly. Okay, last question then, and a bit of a general question. So, what do you see is the future for Bangladesh cricket women? Sorry, for Bangladesh women's cricket in the next 5 years. What do you see as the future for Bangladesh women's cricket?
So if you ask me about 5 years, so after 4 years we are going to play another World Cup. So that time I want to see my team in the semifinals. So just because of I tell you now, uh, if we could play semifinal after 4 years, we could play final because we have that potential. Because in this 5 years in between, we are going to play many international matches, and I know my team potential is like if we get the opportunity to play international matches more, so day by day we are going to improve. So after 4 years I think we're going to play semi-finals. Semi-final, and obviously I want to see my team in the top 4 ranked team, at least on that time, because in this time I think we're going to be a very improving side, and we'll get to play more matches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fantastic target to aim for, and I think it's a realistic target as well. If you
Yeah.
look at your development over the last sort of 5 or 6 years, I think it's certainly an achievable aim. So, Jotty, it's been fantastic to speak to you today. I mean, hugely interesting conversation. Learned so much about you and your approach to cricket. And from a personal point of view, I think it's been so refreshing to watch Bangladesh women's cricket team in a World Cup. We've been able to watch you in the UK. I mean, even though a lot of the games are starting at like 1 a.m., but we've still been watching you through the night, and you've got a huge amount of support in the UK for the team, and wish you all the best. And I think yeah, it's just been brilliant to see how Bangladesh women's cricket has developed and how competitive you've played. So best of luck for the remaining games.
Thank you so much, and please support us as we support always. Thank
We
you.
we we certainly will. And thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. This has been the Sight Screen Cricket Journal podcast. Do follow us in everything we do. Follow the Twitter account, Sight Screen CJ, and also do go onto the website, sightscreencj.com. Until the next time, goodbye for now.